Barbie!
Coach, you're waiting the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerve herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi's a trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello and welcome to episode 52. We did it. 1 year of the podcast, and everyone is here. Charles, Jack, myself. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good. I think we need to do more morning episodes because I feel like the vibes are very high on my side of the camera right now with like the sun shining.
I'm with you. I love the
my
morning
coffee
episode.
again.
I love
think
the
it's
morning
good stuff.
episode.
I think it's good stuff.
Late
And
night
with the
games
NFL
go
season,
tired.
Yeah, this is it. Today's the last day of the NFL regular season.
yeah, Colts have been eliminated. Did you guys talk about it last? Oh wait, no, you did.
Yeah, we
talk
did.
about it. Oh.
We talked.
Oh,
You were
in the
basically
episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But Jack and I were talking about this before the episode started. So 1 year anniversary, January 6th. That's I think what everyone will think about when they think of January 6th is this podcast.
Exactly.
So excited for that moving forward.
Bad.
But yeah, the Colts
Yes.
are done. Sorry.
Colts are cooked, man. Colts are just a sorry franchise.
Are you gonna fire everybody? Because you kind of need to.
Jack, what do you think?
Okay, so this is how I felt. Like, I think, and I texted in the group chat, so I think you agree with me, but like, personally, I didn't want us to make the playoffs. Like, I feel like that sounds wrong coming out, but like, I feel like you've had too many bad moments this season to make the playoffs and get that feeling of validation when we don't deserve it at all. That was how I felt.
Yes. Last year, I did think we deserved the playoffs, and I was very bummed. The only problem
Yeah.
is, I wish we'd been eliminated like 3 weeks ago, because then I wouldn't have had that hope that like, oh, maybe there is a postseason for us. But then like the Colts, they always have just a slightly above average record or average record,
I know.
and then they don't make it. And
We're
it's
stuck
just-
in purgatory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not getting
I-
good draft picks, but we're not making the playoffs. It's like,
I do think we should fire our general manager. Head coach
he's a really
is
nice
a little.
guy, by the way.
What's that?
He's a really nice guy, by the way.
Chris Ballard.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that every team has won the AFC South except for you guys, and like since Chris Ballard got hired? I think every team that could win it except for you guys have won it.
Yeah. I mean, the Texans, the Titans won it, 5 years ago with
I think it was
Tannehill
more-
and Derrick Henry?
I think it was more recent than that. It might have been like 2021. But yeah, they did.
No.
They did win.
Sorry.
Texans this year and last year. Jaguars the year before. Maybe not the year before that. I don't know.
Pain.
Pain
And
is all I feel.
With the Lions, though, I got a team.
Yeah,
to root
no,
for,
this
man.
is the
That's
biggest game in Lions maybe history besides the NFC Championship last year.
people are
maybe one of
saying
the biggest.
regular season game in NFL history.
That is a possibility. It being the biggest. It is insane that whoever loses this has to go on the road as a 5 seed. Also, as a 14
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I think this also might be the first year in NFL history that every NFC visiting team in the playoffs is favored for the wild card round. Because you'd have the Packers going on the road, you would have either the Lions or the Vikings going on the road, and then the Commanders going on the road. And depending on where they go, I think that they would be a favorite if they went to LA. I think they'd be the favorite.
Hmm.
And if the Packers went to the Eagles, they'd be the favorite. So kind of crazy. But
Hunter, I have been telling everyone
yes,
to be a Lions fan. Like my mom
Yeah.
was like, "Who am I rooting for now that the Colts are eliminated?" I was like, "Lions."
all in
on
the
the
Lions, all in the Lions.
Or
I'm
the
very
Bills.
nervous.
We're
Very,
all
very
in on a Bills Lions Super Bowl.
That'd be I would be the greatest. I think America needs that. Actually,
I think, yeah,
America needs that.
America will probably get a Chiefs Packers Super Bowl.
And then everyone.
I'd like to
just
see
not
the
watch and be
Bengals
sad.
make the playoffs.
They need two things to happen today. I think
I
they
know.
need
They need
the
a
Jets
lot.
to win, and I think they
Broncos to
need
lose.
the Broncos to lose. Yeah.
Both of them are so unlikely, but I really hope because I think it'd make.
And
a
I'm
lot
pretty
more
sure Carson Wentz is
playoffs.
playing for the Chiefs against the Broncos. So
Colts legend
Yeah.
Carson Wentz. Come on.
Super Bowl
Choke to
champion.
the,
Carson
choke to
Wentz.
the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 17.
that rocks. I did. So I got a weird ad on Twitter this week, and it was for the Jonas Brothers Las Vegas residency. They're just, I guess, in Vegas for a while, and it kind of made me think, like, what would be the coolest thing to have in residency in Vegas? Like, what would you go there to see? And I think that I would go if, like, Jimmy Buffett was still alive, to go see Jimmy Buffett. Because, like, I think that'd be, like, they could set it up like a Margaritaville that he would be in, and he would be singing in a Margaritaville. I'd love to see that.
Mac.
That'd be pretty great.
I don't know. You guys know like the Silk Sonic album with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak?
Yeah, would you want to see Bruno Mars?
I would love to. Well, I love that album specifically because that album, I want to say they had a residency in Las Vegas and they only played like that like album from start to finish. Really like the album.
Are you an Anderson .Paak head?
No. I like his. I mean, I like his music though. Like I specifically just really like this album. I think the album from like start to finish is really really good. Okay. So, and you couldn't like go see it in concert anywhere except like Vegas. And I feel like the quality of like the audio and stuff is like really really good because it's in one set place. So that's.
I'd like to see Daft Punk. I think Daft Punk would be cool.
Yeah,
like Daft Punk in the Sphere would be pretty sweet. Yeah, they could do like all the anime electronic stuff up on the Sphere.
That would be
probably Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, so real. So
maybe
real.
a Hans Zimmer residency. That'd be pretty electric.
That would be sweet.
Oh, okay, wait, spin it.
Williams.
Watching Interstellar in the Sphere would be the coolest thing ever. Like the docking sequence in the Sphere.
Yeah.
I want to go there so bad.
That'd be electric.
Wonder how much tickets would be for that. Like
probably like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so worth it though. That would be actually so fun. Movie night in the Sphere. They should do that. We'll reach out to our contacts over at the Sphere and get on that.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Well, Chuck, we haven't seen you in like a couple weeks, so what have you been watching? I feel like it's gotta be a lot.
I have been watching a lot. Stand by.
Standing by.
So the last time we talked was War of Rohirrim.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll just go through the Harry Potters that I watched. I watched Goblet of Fire, 4.5 stars. No surprise there. Order of the Phoenix, 4 stars. Half-Blood Prince, 3.5 stars. Deathly Hallows Part 1, 4.5 stars. And Deathly Hallows Part 2, 4 stars. And let's get a live Harry Potter rankings update, if you guys are interested.
Mm-hmm.
From bottom to top.
Oh.
We've got Sorcerer's Stone. Chamber of Secrets. Okay.
Wrong.
Chamber
of
Secrets.
A bad start.
Half-Blood Prince. Prisoner of Azkaban. Deathly Hallows Part 2. Order of the Phoenix. Deathly Hallows Part 1. Goblet of Fire.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 in the top 3 is a massive W. Massive W.
I loved it. I didn't realize I liked it that much until.
Deathly Hallows
actually
Part
my
2 is
number
the
one.
worst one.
That's my number 1.
Hallows Part 2 is the worst one in my opinion.
All right.
I think that's pretty popular.
Okay. Whew. Clear.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hot take to say that. I think Goblet of Fire is like the most like loved, I feel like.
Yeah. People like Prisoner of Azkaban too.
Yeah, that one's really popular.
I think Goblet of Fire is like it seems like the most popular. Okay. And then I watched, this was around Christmas time. Okay. For the record, Christmas Eve, you want to put on like a holiday classic, right? Well,
okay,
my family put on Nutcrackers, the Ben Stiller Christmas movie from this year. I was like, what are we doing? Like,
what?
We have every other option in the world, and we picked
criminal.
Nutcrackers. And then the people that wanted to watch it, I hope they're not listening to this episode, but the people that wanted to watch it fell asleep. It's like, what are we doing? So then I went to bed and I watched It's a Wonderful Life with Jenna 2 days later on the 27th. 5 stars, obviously. Jenna and I both cried. It's just great. Hunter, you need to watch it again so that you can.
I know, maybe I do.
Yeah, because I texted Jack. I texted Hunter. I was like, "Are you still an It's a Wonderful Life hater?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude." So yeah, you got to watch that. Oh, I skipped a few. Conclave. I watched that on the 20th. Gave it 4 stars. It was fine. I don't think I'd ever rewatch it, but I could see why people like it a lot.
Fair. I honestly, I would rewatch it. I feel like the 4-star review threw me off. It threw me off, and then you're like, "Yeah, it was fine."
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
Watch it again.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's Ray fine. All right, I'll leave. I'm joking. I like it though. I really do. I probably would rewatch it.
Look, it's a good movie, and I could see that's why I gave it a 4 because I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just don't think I would ever sit down again and watch it. I'm glad I did. It's just not like the kind of movie I'd want to rewatch. You know,
doesn't want to see it again.
Now, a movie I would rewatch again: Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This movie was I watched it with my buddy, and we were trying to find a movie for like, well, you know how you go into like this rabbit hole of like, how about this movie? No. How about this movie? No. How about this? You know,
you have too many choices. That's the issue.
Well, somehow within like 5 minutes, I'm like, have you seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith? He's like, nah. I was like, you want to watch it? He's like, sure. Like, kind of rocked.
Yeah.
But 4 stars, pretty sweet. How to Train Your Dragon, rewatch that, 4.5 stars. Dallas Buyers Club, also 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed that. I watched that with Jenna as well. And then I kind of went on a 4.5 star heater.
Oh.
I watched The Prestige, 4.5 stars. As far as my Nolan rankings go, I think it's at number 4. I think it goes Interstellar, Dark Knight. I think I'm missing one. Something at 3, and then Prestige.
Oppenheimer?
No, I think Oppenheimer would be 5 for
Dunkirk?
me. No. Maybe it is 3.
Fan?
Maybe Prestige is number 3.
Dark Knight Rises?
Nah. Okay, Prestige is 3. And then I watched The Hateful Eight. This was awesome. I was very close to giving it a 5. Have you guys seen The Hateful Eight?
I have seen The Hateful Eight.
I have not. That's like one of the Tarantinos I haven't seen.
It was just a good time. And then I watched Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I thought this was going to be a lot better than it was.
Nah, what are you about to say? What did you give this?
2.5.
No, no, incorrect. No, that is wrong.
You gave it a 3.5. It's not like it's that.
It is a 3.5 star bang.
Nope, it's not.
Oof.
It's not.
Yes,
though.
it is. Yes, dude, him running down the time hallway as the pictures become his face is just the best.
Have you seen this, Jack?
I have.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
I think I'd give it higher than 2.5, but yet again, I haven't seen it since I was probably like 12 years old. So I feel like that's just
not. I watched it on New Year's Eve with Jenna, and we got like 50 minutes in. We're like, this is just kind of boring, and we were really into it at the beginning, and then it just kind of lost us. So then I finished it after Jenna had gone, back to Chicago, and I thought the ending was better, but the middle was just too slow for me. I don't know.
Fair.
So, and then Wallace and Gromit we'll talk about. And then I finished Parasite this morning. Gave it 5 stars. Just a damn good story.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. That's all I've got, though.
Nice. Good stuff.
Thanks.
What'd you have, Hunter, this week?
This was a shorter week for me. I had 2 rom-coms and Wallace and Gromit. So I had How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which I watched on New Year's Day, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Now, okay, I think there should be a category on Letterboxd of like, I don't think it is this, but it is this. Like, if I rank things, like objectively, it's probably like 3 stars, but like I really like it, so I give it 4.5 stars.
Yeah,
Hunter, I've got an objection.
Yeah,
I saw your
review. Yes,
and you gave it. You said they did it. They made the perfect film.
Mm-hmm.
How is it not a 5-star then?
Well, let me tell you that. Let me ask you this. Maybe sometimes in life, perfection is imperfection. Do you ever think about that?
Shut up.
Wow.
So it should actually be
deep this
4.5
morning.
stars. Yeah, we are getting deep this morning. And then I was on kind of like a rom-com kick, so I was like, all right, let's watch a rom-com I've never seen before. So I watched 1988's Mystic Pizza. This has Julia Roberts with the largest hair you've ever seen, giving an accent that I can only describe as electric. A young Vincent D'Onofrio, who is the most handsome man alive, and also Matt Damon in his first film role ever as a little brother who's very annoying. I highly, highly recommend.
Okay.
I think this is not great, but like a very good time. So Mr.
Julia
Pizza.
Rob Hurts.
Yeah, exactly. I think you all should see it. It's very good. Also, it just like looks good. Like it's just like good looking people doing fun things, which is what rom-coms are all about.
It's like us.
And then exactly. It's this podcast. And then finally, Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, along with obviously Creature Commandos, which Jack and I will talk about later, and Charles should be watching if he's not. Yeah, he's not. I know you're not. All right, I know you're not.
It's so good. You're really missing out. Like, if
it
you
is
really
actually
like X-Men,
so good.
I love it. I eat. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but it's so good.
It's so good.
I guess I left off on Nosferatu last time. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So, younger brother really wanted to watch Fight Club again, and watch that with my dad. Love it. It is quite possibly like the film bro of film bro movies, but it's like 5-star. Like every time I watch it, I really enjoy it. Norton and Pitt just rock. They are so fun to watch. It's so entertaining. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm missing out by not seeing Baby Girl, so I did watch Baby Girl. Yeah, just crazy stuff. I just know the milk that she went on the company card. You know, it had to.
Yeah.
You know, like 100%. Yeah, not much to add from what you said, Hunter. What is it? Antonio Banderas?
Yeah, he's the best in that movie.
He's electric. 100%.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Give him all the Oscars. Give him all the Golden Globes. Shout out Golden Globes later tonight. It's going to be
which
electric.
no one is good. It might be the lowest ratings ever had. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
They're going up
Well,
against
it might not be
the
electric.
biggest regular season game of all time.
Yeah, that's
Bad
true.
movie.
I'm gonna have like 2 screens going. You know, I'm gonna have like the football game, and then it's just like.
I'll just keep checking the Twitter.
And then I stayed on the 2024 kick because I was trying to get. I think I got to almost every movie that I really wanted to watch that you guys had watched too. So I watched The Bike Riders, gave it 3.5. Was not engaged in it as much as I think you loved it, but I enjoyed it. Austin Butler aura was just through the roof in this movie. It's absurd. Bro maybe had like 50 lines, but he was just his aura just carried him. Then I watched Rock of Ages. This is one my parents wanted to really watch. Tom Cruise is quite possibly like just so entertaining as like a rock star. I think the movie itself is not good, but like it's really entertaining just to watch Tom Cruise just do his thing for an hour and a half or 2 hours in a role that just doesn't feel like Tom Cruise.
He's the most charismatic man alive.
I would almost compare this to like a Tropic Thunder type role for him, you know? Like he's clearly just having fun with this. Like he just does some absurd stuff. Then I watched Love Lies Bleeding. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, I gave that 3.5 stars. And then to start off the year after watching Creature Commandos, I got like this Batman, like this urge to watch Batman. So I hadn't seen like the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin in a while. So I started off 2025 with Batman Forever, which I actually really enjoyed. I think there's some good parts of this, like, you know, the villains. I think like Tommy Lee Jones is probably my least favorite part of this movie. But I still think it's really entertaining. Then I watched Spy Game with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt. You would think that would be a great movie. Meh. Entertaining. There's good parts, but not my favorite. And then Wallace and Gromit, Adventures was Fowl. And then Batman and Robin finally puts the nail in the coffin. George Clooney is the worst Batman. End of story.
He was dealt a bad hand.
I got a quick.
I agree. He was. I agree.
I got a quick question for you guys. As we're entering award season, have you guys seen Amelia Perez?
Mm-hmm.
He has.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, I mean, honestly, I think it's getting like overhated, but I
thought
don't
it was
think it
getting
deserves. From the audience. I think the audience is overhating it, but I also think the critics are like glorifying it to be this massive masterpiece that it is not. I think it's more in the middle, you know. Like
I was debating watching it. I'm not like dying to.
It just tries to take some big swings at some really big, like I don't even know if it's like political, but just like statements about society, and I just don't think it really works.
I feel like
we live in a society.
I feel kind of obligated to watch it just because of award season, but like I keep looking at it and I'm just like I'm not really.
If it's nominated for Best Picture, I will watch it. If it's not, I will not. It's kind of my thought with it. I just don't think it's really going to be like a movie for me.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was.
The Brutalist I'd like to find if I can find it anywhere. Redonkulous that I can't find this thing anywhere.
Because that's also kind of taking up a lot of nomination spots, it looks like. Or like is supposed to. Those are like the kind of two main ones that I haven't seen that look like they're gonna win some stuff.
Yeah. But then we have Better Man that comes out next week. It's gonna be electric.
Womp womp. No, next week is all about something better, something bigger.
Den of Thieves. I got you.
And stronger. Den of Thieves, baby. Yes.
Oh, I have to watch the first one, don't I?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. You guys are gonna watch it.
I have to.
It's gonna be the Leo pointing meme and be like, "That's it. This is it. Perfection. We made it."
Is it gonna be a 3.5? Is it gonna be the Beekeeper of this year?
It might be.
God, I hope so. We need another Beekeeper.
Oh wait, no, hang on. I was saying Brutalist is
Beekeeper,
not near me.
Speaking of Beekeeper, I might be learning how to be a beekeeper soon.
What? How?
Whoa.
So one of my roommates is looking at working on a farm.
Okay.
And he said that this like farmer has like you can go on weekends and volunteer. So I might like join him on weekends
and do that.
And they've got a ton of bees.
Well, it seems like they're keeping the bees.
So maybe I can learn how to be a beekeeper, and then all I'll have to do is learn how to become like a kick-ass fighter, and then I'll basically be Jason Statham in The Beekeeper.
Yeah. You'll be him. Timothy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, I found The Brutalist near me. I will be able to see it by hopefully the end of this month.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's big time, Hunter.
Hey, if anyone should be able to see it earlier, it should be Charles. He's the closest to a big city compared to the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hunter, you live in Detroit.
Yeah, but Detroit is not like a city I think that like gets art things. Like I feel like it's always usually like Chicago, New York.
Motorcycles.
Yeah, there's like I think there's the tier list of like what cities get things. And I think Denver is higher than Detroit.
Let me take a look.
I'm hoping DC's up there because when I was there, I got like Sing Sing and DD and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that it stays that way.
It's at an AMC I've never been to before.
Ooh.
3.5 hours? Goodness gracious.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
We did? When?
Yeah, we had the whole thing. There's an intermission. They literally say get up and walk around.
What?
I
didn't realize that was this movie. I thought it was a different movie. My bad.
No, it's okay, man. Hey, it's okay. It happens.
I'm not seeing
Don't worry about
any show times.
Look at the like the 23rd. Go down to that. That's what mine earliest is. A little
No.
redonkulous though that I have to.
I hope that our listeners can relate because we all want to see this really good movie, but then it's like it's just impossible.
Yeah, like if you don't live in New York or LA, like it's just like best of luck.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah, I see nothing.
ridiculous.
Like I don't get why they do. Like A24 does this bull too, where it's like we're not going to show it for like the longest time. It's
I
like,
get it though.
I want to see it.
I did look into some stuff on their like distribution, and it's like if they were to mass release these, I think that a lot of the theaters wouldn't get filled. But I think because they're able to like build this anticipation for these movies, like, and they're able to have like limited theaters, I think they're able to like do better. So like, you know what I'm saying? If they were to mass release them and they wouldn't fill, the theaters wouldn't, you know, play their movies again. So I think it's all a game, unfortunately. But as long as I get it at some point, I'm fine with it. As long as I don't have to watch it at home. I would like to watch it when it's relevant, though.
When are the Oscars?
March.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the nominations should be coming out in the next week or two, right?
I think so.
There's nothing in the next month for The Brutalist in Denver.
That is tough.
Yeah,
maybe they'll add it later. I also looking at my local theater right now. They have a re-showing of all of the Harry Potters, one a day in February. Maybe I'll pick one of those to go see.
I'm in.
They're re-releasing The Wild Robot in theaters.
I saw that. What's up with that?
Makes no sense. I don't really get it.
It's like, right, cool. I guess.
And Sing Sing.
Oh, they're releasing Sing Sing?
Yes, it should be out. I believe like the 17th or something.
Oh, sweet.
It should be in theaters. So hopefully it's close to you guys, or there's some theaters, because I really do love that movie. So I hope that you guys get a chance to see it.
I think it should be like they should do like concerts where if you have a movie that's limited release like this, be like, all right, we're in these cities this week, and then next week it's like we're in these cities next week, and people like go and make a thing out of it. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'd like to go to Ford Field and watch The Brutalist. That'd be sick.
Oh, they're releasing 7 in IMAX?
Yeah. That's I think right now. What do you know?
Well,
who would have thought?
Jack, you were right. It is the 17th. I just checked, and it looks like there aren't any times yet. But
yeah, it should be there though.
Yeah, so it should be good.
Rock of Ages still rolling.
I know, Hunter. It's kind of crazy that it's been a full year since you guys have kind of started this. Are there anything that you guys have like takeaways from for doing like a full year? Or is it just like gone by?
I think I have more appreciation for movies now.
Sure.
Also, it has gone by. It does feel like Chuck and I just kind of started doing this.
Yeah, it has flown.
The fact that we're at 52 episodes is kind of gross to think about. Like, it has flown by. I like talking about movies more. That's been fun.
Yeah,
I do too. I feel like I'm a lot more knowledgeable. Like when I'm in the office, I feel like I know a lot more about movies and like what's coming out. And if people talk about it, I can just be like, actually, and then
dude knows ball.
I think I can also articulate a little better. It was like episode 3 or 4, and Hunter calls me into his room when we were living together. Hunter's like, I think you really got to work on, articulating yourself when you're talking about movies. I was like, thanks, man.
I think we've all gotten better though. Like there used to be a lot of pauses. Like if you go back to like listen to the first 10 episodes, it'd be like long silences. We're getting better at that. We're not great yet, but I think we're better.
Yeah.
Well,
like that right there. We just did it again.
Yeah,
right there. It just happened.
You spoke it into existence.
I know.
I didn't show you guys yet. Why I took a picture, but I know I don't have any decor in my background, but I do have these sweet
Yeah.
movie. What do you call these? Like
Floating
cases?
shelves.
Shelves?
Yeah, shelves. That's a good call out, Jack. Got some new movie shelves. I think I'm gonna get
That
a
was
third
very
one
corporate
and put it
America of you.
against that wall. But shout out Jenna for the Christmas gift.
That rocks. She's listened to the pod and knows that you need some things in the background.
She gets it.
She gets it.
She thought I had fewer movies though. Like I still have all of these that need a home.
Oh my goodness.
So
Very relatable.
I think I'm gonna get a third one. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. I got a new movie that is on the shelf. I got The Matrix at Goodwill.
Oh,
that's
very
a
nice.
good one.
That is a good one.
Pretty solid. So yeah,
every once in a while I'll look into my Amazon to see what's coming next that I've ordered, and they could not be 3 different movies. They're very different. I have Venom, The Last Dance.
It's a good one. It's a good one to have on the shelf.
The Substance, and We Live in Time.
God,
pretty electric.
You said you have those on the way?
They're on the way.
Wow. We Live in Time would be pretty dope.
Who ordered the Wicked Steelbook?
Both of us. Oh, all of us did?
I think we all did.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we all did. Oh, that's another thing that's come out of this podcast that I love. Is now you guys, well, I think Jack was more than Charles, but like physical media, baby. I've done it.
I get it.
I've incepted the boys.
But my roommates don't get it. They're like,
no, people don't get it.
You know, there's streaming for all that, right? It's like, come on, man. Like, I went to the office. Traverso walks up to me. He's like, yo, what'd you do this weekend? I'm like, dude, I picked up. It's when I had that huge haul. I'm like, dude, I picked up 50 movies at the flea market for like $40. He's like, you know, there's streaming for that, right?
What a waste of money.
And there were like 2 other people next to him, and they're like, yeah, they're streaming. I was like,
yeah.
Well,
you know, you have a real issue when you start to worry about the slipcover and like how good the slipcover looks on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've kicked it up a notch.
I haven't gotten there yet.
That's okay. That's okay. You will.
Well, me and my dad were on we were flipping through the movies on Apple TV, and he was like, well, like, I wonder how long we'll own these for. You know, like, what if like it just like goes away? Like, am I still gonna own these movies? And I'm just like,
I'm here for you, Dad.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, I'm like I understand.
Start doing the Willy Wonka "Come with Me" song. The world of pure imagination.
I think on my I think on deck, I want to try to get all the Mission Impossibles and James Bond movies.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet.
Yes.
I'm also this close from getting Letterboxd patron.
Yes, dude. It's so much better without all the ads and stuff. You could do all like the posters and everything. I love it.
Well, you can also track your movies, right?
Yeah.
The ones you own. Yeah. So like I kind of want it for that because I feel like I'm gonna start going to the flea market and be like, oh shit, I don't know if I have this one. And then I have 2 Dark Knights, which is not the worst movie to have.
Letterboxd is good to do that, but I recommend this app called like Blu-ray.com, and that is awesome too because you can track it on there, and when you go on there, it has all of the deals listed immediately, like in its top little thing. You can keep track of everything.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to get duplicates.
And also it helps because it separates your collection into Blu-rays, 4Ks, like box sets, like a whole thing.
You know which movie I keep finding 4K of? The Force Awakens. I've maybe seen like 7 just 4K Force Awakens. And I have one of them. But I just keep seeing it.
I don't want any more of these.
Yeah.
Stop giving them to me.
Yeah.
I did go yesterday. There's like a movie store by me, and I went there, and they had buy 2 get 3 free. And I was like, that's an electric deal. So I got to get something. And just nothing was speaking my fancy. It was like I think that I've gotten to the point now where I'm just not trying to fill it. Like I want like some stuff that I want. So instead I bought Dr. Mario for the NES for $4. And that was a great deal as well. So pretty electric there.
I'm kind of, to be fair, I'm pretty much only buying movies that I think I would want on my shelf. Like I've seen so many movies that are like, I saw the Hunger Games trilogy. In hindsight, I probably should have, or 4 movies. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten them, but I don't know. I'm being pretty picky.
I think there's some power to leaving a store and knowing, you know what, I didn't really want anything, and I didn't buy anything.
I made the financially responsible decision today.
That's so true.
No, exactly. I'm going to be honest, because there's so many times where it's like you're just compelled to buy something, and you like step away for 5 seconds, and you're like, why do I need this? You know?
Mm-hmm. But that's where it's hard too, like, because I think I want to buy stuff that I've seen, and then I put it on the shelf, and I'm like, I've seen that. So it's like you want to blind buy sometimes, but then also like you blind buy it and you don't like it, and it's just sitting there, and you're like, I remember spending $10 on that.
But Spin Zone, if you blind buy and you know it's like a good movie, it's nice to have it on the shelf, you know? Like even if you don't watch it. Like I haven't seen, just looking at the ones, I haven't seen The Departed. I haven't seen Skyfall. I haven't seen The Iron Giant or Casablanca, but like I like having them on my shelf because I know that people enjoy them and they're like considered great movies. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like there was a steelbook yesterday of The Godfather, and I was like, should I just get that? Like to have it?
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, because they had Godfather 1 and 3. No, because then here's the issue I have. They had Godfather 1 and 3 steelbook. And then I'm standing there and I'm like, but now I'm going to spend my days searching for Godfather 2 in the same steelbook collection, and then eventually spend $40 more than I want to spend on it just to then finish the collection. Yeah. And that's where I have to unfortunately live, in that weird gray area.
Well, right now on Blu-ray, I have Lord of the Rings Fellowship and the first 2 Hobbits. I don't have the second Lord of the Rings movies or the third Hobbit. And my only steelbook is Hercules with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Whoa.
That's actually electric.
Yeah, right? I got to watch it.
Well, I know, Hunter, I know we got it. We were going through our fan mail this week, and we just happened to come across a certain piece of fan mail that just really stood out to us. You know, normally in our fan mail, looking through our emails and then as well as our very very full mailboxes.
Yeah, our PO box we go to.
Exactly. We happen to find some really intense letters. Even sometimes they'll send in, DVDs and stuff. But this one was very personal, and we could tell that the person who did this made it with a lot of love.
It's a fact.
So I think it'd be only fair to play this audio file that this fanatic made for us.
All right, I'll play that from you now.
Hey, y'all, it's me, Brooks. It's your biggest fan of the Real Serious Podcast. I hope y'all are doing well. I've sent you guys other messages before, and I know you guys must just get a lot of fan mail, and sometimes you can't always respond to them, so I totally get it. But I'm your biggest fan. I truly am. I'm your biggest fan. My wife gets mad at me, my boss gets mad at me, and my kids get mad at me, because I'm just always listening to this podcast. Hunter, Charlie, Jack, you guys are the man, and I can't stop listening to your takes, what you guys got to say. So, I really do enjoy it, and I am no poet. But I wrote something for you guys, and I know this is a big occasion for y'all, so I wanted to celebrate and write something of my own. So I hope you guys like it. It's been a full year since the podcast first aired. Charlie and Hunter were fully prepared. They ranked, quarreled, and sang, and they did it for you, the listeners, the Real Serious gang. They watched movies, debated, and gave you the news. They even watched that garbage you never choose. Week after week, they were a force because they wanted you to know they loved Glenn Powell, of course. 20 weeks in, they added another host, not because they were lonely, but because they wanted someone new to roast. So many good movies were watched, Doom 2, Deadpool, Wicked, and more. But the real question is, what popcorn bucket did they score? They also held the most important debate of the year. Which Mamma Mia is best? The original, it's clear. This year, Charlie and Jack bought new DVDs, but to catch up to Hunter will take centuries. As you head into year 2, I give you good luck that less movies you watch will suck. Yeah, but that's all I got. I really hope that you guys can find this in your deep fan mail that you guys get every week. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all my favorite podcast. Brooks, are you talking about that podcast again? I'm going to get back to work. My boss is going to fire me. My wife's probably going to leave me too. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Brooks out.
Oh, thank you, Brooks. Thank you so much, Brooks, for sending that in.
Brooks.
That was beneath. Yeah.
That catch up to Centuries line was
The fire.
also I like the
Yeah. He's definitely packaged chew there. Yeah, no, that was underneath all of our copies, our screener copies that sent us a Megalopolis. So sorry it took a minute to find it. We finally found it in the P.O. box. Just really wanted to have us watch. That was great.
Hopefully we can hear from Brooks again.
Yeah. We'll try to
Seems
clear
like
out
such
some
a lovely
more.
individual.
Yeah. We'll try to clear out.
Hopefully he's
the
doing all
P.O.
right.
box.
I think he's got a lot going on. It's totally okay to take some time for your family or for your work.
Yeah, look, and I'm sure they have a work leave thing you could do, Brooks, to listen to the podcast more. So, if that's something you have to do, I understand. As a real serious listener, that's what you do for the craft. That's great. All right, 40 minutes in. Let's get to some news. All right, Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary show happening Sunday, February 16th. I think this was going to be either.
Wait a minute.
I think it's going to be insufferable.
50th?
50 years of SNL.
They just had the 40th.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
I guess 10 years ago. But I swear, I remember the 40th. That's like one of the only ones I watched because they had that really funny bit with Will Ferrell on Jeopardy, like Celebrity Jeopardy. And like Jim Carrey was on there too. No way, that was 10 years ago.
It was February 15th, 2015.
Oh my God.
Yep. I think this is either going to be very good or very forgettable. I'm very worried it's going to be forgettable, though. So hopefully it's not.
I mean, I'm not a huge SNL head. I don't really. If they give me another Jeopardy, I'll watch it. But I probably won't watch much of it. Are there actually... Okay. I was out getting drinks with some people, and one of them mentioned, I think I offended them. One of them mentioned, like on SNL the other night, blah, blah. I was like, people still watch SNL?
Oh, that's
and
tough.
they're like...
yeah, they do. Yeah.
So, but like, is there still a big following for SNL?
Yeah, it's mainly in like the younger, like I would say millennial women and younger category. It's very like, hello, fellow internet goer. How do you do? I feel, at least that's how I feel about it. It's kind of gone away from, and I don't know. I think because didn't we all watch the SNL movie, or just Jack and I see that?
I think.
Okay. So Jack, I think the moral of that story was like they were subverting what was the cultural norm in that, like that was the whole goal of SNL. And now SNL is like such the, like, it's almost like the epitome of what culture is, but it's also like 3 weeks late to that. So like they'll do a joke and it's because the internet made that joke 4 weeks ago and like everyone's already heard it 5,000 times. And it's kind of funny how like different that is now in comparison to what it was. Which is why I do think it's like for like millennial moms or like people who are in their 30s who really love to be on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Said in the nicest way possible if we have fans of SNL. Sorry. I like SNL, but I like the idea of SNL more than what it is as a product.
I like certain skits. I just find myself, if I watch the entire thing, I'll be like, some of these I'm just not a fan of. So some of them that can like blow up, I'll normally like keep up with that, or like I'll try and watch some of the skits after. I like the
skit guys who do the internet skits. What's their name? It's like the three like dorky dudes.
Oh, like Andy Samberg?
Yeah, no, it's us. It's us. No, it's the newer guys. The digital they basically do digital shorts like Andy Samberg did, but again, it's like three. I'm googling 3 dudes on SNL.
3 dorky guys.
Yeah, Please Don't Destroy. Please Don't Destroy is a comedy group. It's those 3 guys.
Okay.
Yeah, they basically are us. That's actually depressing to think about. Yeah, you look at this photo and I feel like I can find each of us in one of these dudes.
Except these guys are getting paid.
Like, yeah. Hey, we get paid in fan mail and Megalopolis screeners, so. 100%. honey, we can't pay the bills this week. Sorry, I just had to sell more Megalopolis screeners. Just keep sending them. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to watch it and review it. I actually think it's gonna be very bad, but I'm excited to talk about it. I guess that's it for us now. I'm gonna save this next piece actually to last. Damien Chazelle and Leonardo DiCaprio are joining forces on his next movie called Evel Knievel on Tour, which I guess is going to be about Leonardo DiCaprio playing Evel Knievel, which sounds awesome.
Who's Evel Knievel?
He did like the motorcycle jumps. He like dressed like Elvis and did motorcycle jumps.
Oh,
remember that guy?
Yeah, I remember.
Have you seen Hot Rod?
He was spoofed a lot in the early 2000s.
Like Hot Rod. Have you guys seen Hot Rod?
The movie Hot Rod? Have you heard
Yeah.
this movie Hot Rod? I like Hot Rod quite a bit. I think it's very fun.
I love it.
Also,
I love it.
SNL. There we go.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Lonely
it.
Island. The Lonely Island movie is actually quite good. I wonder how this will do, because I thought there was the rumor that he was going to make a movie in a prison, and then this is very much not that. So
I don't have that much interest in like the whole stunt idea, but like in my mind, Damien Chazelle hasn't missed yet. I think it just happened to be that Babylon just was kind of a financial disaster, and he
yeah,
kinda
they
got
just
put
didn't
in,
get
like,
it.
director's jail. So I'm interested. You know, I'm interested, and I'd go see it. I'm not interested in the concept, but that's fine.
I'm the same way. I don't really care too much about stunts, but I'll see it. Honestly, I didn't really care too much about magic, and then I watched The Prestige, and now I care a lot about magic.
Are you watching
Now, like
closely?
my magic that I care like a way lot. You should watch what is it?
Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. Yeah, you should watch that Vegas movie. There we go, full circle once again. Dude, George Lucas would love our podcast. We are fully all about it coming back full circle. Oh no, Now You See Me. That's what it is.
I was thinking Now You See Me, but I didn't like
I couldn't
that.
think of it. But how about Now You See Me 3 coming out in 2025?
Yeah, maybe that'll make an appearance on one of our predictions.
Yeah, if that ends up being in the top 10 box office, magic is so back. All right, I got The Housemaid. Had a little teaser of, hey, we're making a movie, directed by Paul Feig, and starring Brandon Scanlor. Sorry, buddy, I don't know how to say your name. Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. It's a book, I guess. I don't know. I like Paul Feig. I like Sydney Sweeney. I like Amanda Seyfried. So kind of feels like it's built for this podcast.
We're built for you.
I think we all like Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
After our debate on Mamma Mia.
I do like her.
Yeah.
She's good.
I feel like we're all pretty big Sydney Sweeney fans. Maybe.
I think I've seen her in Madam Web and Anyone But You. Those are the only two movies I've seen her in.
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That's a real good one. You've never seen Euphoria?
Nope.
How about the 4 episodes of Robot Chicken she was on?
Oh, I actually have seen those.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
No,
Perfect. Awesome.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But yeah, coming out Christmas Day,
Yeah.
2025. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if it's going to be like they're going to do Baby Girl and A Complete Unknown again, because the other Timothy Chalamet movie is coming out Christmas Day next year again.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet movie on Christmas Day every year sounds like a great plan.
Wait, what's the Christmas one that's coming out next year with Timmy?
He's the ping pong guy. He plays
That's
ping
right.
pong.
The Safety bro.
The Safety bro. Hey, do you guys like Minecraft?
I do.
Yeah, so does everybody. But I guess Notch, the guy who made Minecraft, and I think is a billionaire, said he's going to make Minecraft 2 a spiritual successor to the first game. Because you know what I wanted when I played Minecraft? A sequel. How do you how do you even do this? Why would you even want to try to do this?
I don't know what he could do. Why don't they just update the current one?
They are all the time, I guess.
They update it, but they do the opposite of what people actually want. Like
So maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he'll go back the last 10 years of like Reddit feeds and be like, everything everyone asked for, I'll just put in the sequel.
Well, the thing is, they'll do what's surveys. They'll do this or that for an update, and then people will comment, "Why can't we have both?" And Minecraft's like, "Nah, just one at a time," and then they won't do the other one. That's like people have issues with that. So like, why make a second one when there's still work to be done in the first one?
Okay, hear me out on this. This may sound a little crazy, but what I would like a Minecraft that's like set in space, and you could go from planet to planet and take the resources from those planets. And like, so instead of like biomes, right? Like in Minecraft has where it's like woods and it goes into desert, like there'd be like a wood planet. And then you'd have to like travel to the next planet. It's like a desert planet.
Sounds like Lethal Company.
Oh, I guess it kind of is. No, but it's on Minecraft. I want the blocks. Yeah, I want unobtainium to find my avatar. That's still the craziest thing that they were just like, what should we name this? Unobtainium. I hope one day we find a metal and then like as a joke that scientists are like, you know what we should call it? Unobtainium. Because they've done that before.
Or vibranium.
Adamantium.
Mm-hmm.
Does DC have their own metal they call things after? I think they have nth metal. I don't know what that is though.
Kryptonite.
Oh, it's kryptonite. Very true.
It's a met.
Heard of it? I heard of it now.
It's okay. I like kryptonite. I'm cool with it. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's an actual like mineral too. It's on like the periodic chart, I believe, our periodic table.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
And like in our real world, are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
Kryptonite. There's a Kryptonite corporation.
Or it might be like Krypton. Yeah, Krypton. It's a gas.
It's a gas. Nice.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just remember being in school, like when we had to have science and stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Krypton! They're so cool." My teacher would be like,
it is kind of crazy.
It has
like,
nothing to do with Superman.
Yeah, and it's just a gas. It's not even like like a green rock.
Wow.
Such a letdown.
Learn something new every day, I guess. Dune 4. So, from my understanding of the Dune series, Dune 4 and the book after Messiah is where it all starts to get a little wacky. Charles, is that true from your understanding of the Dune series, being our Dune resident Dune guy?
Well, I started Dune Messiah over Christmas time.
Oh.
And I got about 4 pages in.
A lot of words.
Yeah. But I don't really know much about anything after Messiah. I didn't know they were making a 4th. I thought Messiah was kind of like it. There might be a third one.
It's called The Children of Dune.
Yeah, okay.
So, and then also it's followed by The God Emperor of Dune, which, listen, it's just too much. It's too much. Allegedly, though, Denis Villeneuve is not probably going to be back for Dune 4. He's like, look, I'm doing my trilogy and I'm done. And they're going to make it with or without him, allegedly.
Don't like that.
Sounds like a great idea.
And from my understanding, The Children of Dune also doesn't have Paul Atreides. I think Paul Atreides is not in The Children of Dune because it's like,
I think it's
like
years,
super long after where he's like gone.
Hold on, let me do a quick search.
And I think The Children of Dune is by his son. It's not by Frank
Yeah.
Herbert.
Oh no, Paul Atreides is in Children of Dune.
Yeah, Jack, that's what I'm looking up because once Brian Herbert started writing them, apparently it kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, because I know a lot of
No, this one's by Frank Herbert. Okay, so this is by Frank Herbert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So okay, so it's about his twin children, Leto 2 and Guyana. who is then hang on, ready for this? Who is then possessed by her grandfather, Baron Harkonnen. And they start terraforming Dune to kill all the sandworms, thus destroying Spice. But that's actually the outcome the Baron wants. And so then he, as in Leto, too, becomes possessed by his father?
Peak.
Yeah. Oh, Lady Jessica. Oh, ready for this? Okay, so allegedly, according to Wikipedia, the daughter revives Duncan Idaho to help her, and so
he
Duncan
comes
Idaho
back a third time.
I guess so.
Poor Duncan Idaho, man. He
Let
just
Duncan Idaho rest.
Mickey 17, this dude, bro.
Yeah.
There's a Children of Dune movie with James McAvoy.
No way. Seriously?
I just looked it
Children
up.
of Dune TV miniseries.
And is it okay? And the sandworm looks really just wild in the Blu-ray.
Well,
cover.
it's because they're killing him.
Yeah, but okay.
They want all the sandworms to die, I guess.
Unreal.
It is crazy they tried to do Dune all these times, and I just did not know that beforehand.
Mm-hmm. You should read the book, Hunter.
Yeah, maybe. Susan Sarandon's in this? What?
It looks like that guy from Eternals is also in it.
What?
Yeah. Wait, what's his name? No. Is it Richard
Madden?
No. I don't think it's Richard Madden. Actually, it might be.
No, it's this other guy named Alec Newman.
It kind of looks like Richard Madden, though.
Seinfeld be like Newman. Okay, yeah, that was a weird Dune rabbit hole we just went down. But Dune 4 may be happening without Denis Villeneuve. You know what this is like, though? This is like when Warner Brothers, after Christopher Nolan said, I'm leaving the Dark Knight trilogy, was like, what if we did a Robin spinoff with just a brand new people? And they never did. So I think this is not going to happen.
Okay.
But Avengers 5 is happening, and it's filming this spring.
Is it, though? Or are they just saying it is?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Really? Okay.
It's kind of shocking how little hype this has. Don't you feel like that? I feel like that.
I mean, we're big. Jack, are you a big Marvel guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think we all are on this pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're all big Marvel guys, and me personally, I'm not really looking forward to the Avengers that much. I don't know if you guys are. So maybe that's why there's no hype. All the Marvel people are just kind of like, we're ready for DC. Pass the torch.
Yeah. I think that Marvel is really going to fumble the bag here by trying to force this to happen.
Yeah, I feel like they're just throwing Avengers into the title and hoping that it'll get people in the theater.
Also, I wonder who is going to be on this Avengers team, because there's characters that we haven't seen in a while that I'd like to see that I just don't think are going to be here. Like, are we going to see Shang-Chi? Are we going to see Moon Knight? Like, is Thor going to be back? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I just feel like, and to be honest, like I think the context for a lot of these like meetups wasn't necessarily put down. Like obviously the Avengers had already met prior to Infinity War, but there were a lot of interactions that were new and people that hadn't met before, like Doctor Strange and Iron Man. They didn't know each other before this. So it's like, I think there's a way they can weave all this in. I just think it's hard when you haven't seen these characters for more than, I don't know, Doctor Strange had his own movie. So I don't know. I'm not going to say I think this is going to, I'm not going to say it's going to be amazing. I'm not going to say it's going to be, I think Endgame and Infinity War were definitely Marvel's peaks, but I'm here for this. They definitely have a lot of talent or individuals coming to be together in this film, and the Russo brothers, whether they've done good stuff on Marvel movies in the past, whether what they've done outside of Marvel will affect that or not is up for question.
See.
But
what, you didn't like The Gray Man?
It's gonna put me in theaters. I'm honestly, as soon as they drop a trailer, that's what's gonna get me interested. Because if the trailer's good, I'm locked in. It's just I think for Marvel, we've just been, they're just oh, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, yeah.
I
and then it's just,
I
I don't know.
I think the problem is they rely so much on streaming and like what goes on in those shows to keep the story going, and I think that was the biggest deterrent.
Like that's where it's weird because it's like I just don't think like if you watched Echo, like are you really going to be that much more involved in what's happening in Endgame, like or not like this new Avengers? But like I think only the ones that mattered were the first 3 and Loki season 2.
But I think just like the idea of the TV shows and how they kept coming out, people started realizing like, oh, I have to watch all of these shows to understand the movies that are coming out.
There were too many of them.
Yeah, and they're not good. Like it'd be one thing if they were very good shows and they actually like incentivize people to, get Disney Plus and watch them.
Yes,
but I just don't think people care too much about these smaller characters that they did about like Iron Man. Like, I don't think people are going to care that much about Echo. I don't think people are going to care that much about Moon Knight. Unfortunately, I don't think people are going to care about Ironheart. And
it's because you wait; they just wait too long.
Yeah. So, even if they do bring them all together, people are going to be like, if they go to see the movie in theater, they're not going to understand where this character came from because they didn't watch the show, and they don't want to watch the show because it takes a while and it's not like really a great show.
Like, okay, let me pull this up because this is actually something I was thinking about the other day. All right, so if I look at the Marvel movies that have come out, right? Let's go back to the first one. So Iron Man. Between Iron Man 1 and Avengers Endgame, the longest you went without seeing Tony Stark, Iron Man, was 2 years. And not really 2 years because you get a trailer and stuff before that. Like the longest you would go without seeing these characters was maybe a year, maybe 2 years.
You're also getting those other core characters in between, like the Thors and Captain Americas.
Like the last time we saw Shang-Chi is now 4 years ago. The last time we saw Spider-Man is now 4 years ago. The last time we saw Doctor Strange was 2 years ago. Or not 3 years ago now. Thor 3 years ago. Black Panther 3 years ago. Like, and the characters you do see frequently are characters that I just don't think are going to make an impact on this movie, which is Deadpool, Wolverine, the Marvels, and Guardians, who are now basically broken up besides Star-Lord. It's like that's where it's weird. Like, and I think so that's why I think that going into Avengers Doomsday, really the characters that are going to matter are going to be the Fantastic Four, Captain America, and then like maybe your big tentpole people like a Spider-Man, like a Thor, and that's about it. I honestly, I don't even know if Captain Marvel's going to be in this.
I don't even know if Brie Larson wants to return. I've seen interviews with her and she's like, yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, and it's just like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh well, can't fix them all.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen though, Charles? We're gonna go to Comic-Con and they're gonna do like a Glup Shido is coming back, and we're gonna just have a freak out moment with everyone there, and we're like, we're back in, we're back. Oh my god! Yeah, Kat Dennings' kid from What If is coming back, and oh no, my god! So that's what's they're doing to us all the time. I was also thinking about Star Wars too. It's just like what a bag fumble they had.
Dude, I was talking to Tommy about it yesterday. He's like, have you seen the Star Wars? Or he asked if I'd watched them with Jenna. And I was like, that's the one kind of trilogy, or I guess series, that Jenna won't watch. And Tommy's like, what? Are you kidding me? And I'm like, yeah, she thinks they're like pretty boring, and honestly, she kind of has a point. And Tommy's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, actually, yeah, now that I'm rewatching them, they aren't really as good as I remember. I feel like everyone's just slowly getting to that point.
Well, I think it's just too much stuff. Like, okay, if I'm looking at all the Star Wars right now, I would say of all of the Star Wars, there's 12 movies, by the way. I'd say 6 are good to great. So half. Like, that sucks.
Harry Potter movie Solo.
Mission Impossible then dunks on that Solo.
Lord of the Ring. Never mind. They only have, well, actually, they're getting up there.
Would you like to talk about the Desolation of Smog?
That's not the worst of that trilogy.
Yeah, I know, which is why I brought that up first. The first one is the third one. The War of whatever.
First one's
five
great.
Armies. The four. What is the 5 armies? Isn't that what it is? The last
Battle
one?
of the 5 armies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a nothing movie.
Yeah, it's a big. Supergirl. Supergirl is adding Jason Momoa as Lobo. Oh! I mean, it's kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect casting, but like it's the most obvious cast. I don't know. I think that they needed some T-ball home runs here, and this is, I think, one pretty easy one.
I was online and someone was like, "Oh, they're recasting Jason Momoa in the new DCU movies. Why can't they just recast Henry Cavill as Zod?" And I'm like, if you recast Henry Cavill as Zod, you're gonna get a bunch of Snyderverse fans in the theaters like, "Yeah, Zod."
Yeah, it's the most cringe thing of all time.
Like half the people in the theater are me rooting for Zod to beat Spider-Man to a pulp or Superman to a pulp.
Yeah, one hit and it's just like, he's actually the real winner. He deserves to win.
Yeah, Zod can actually break his neck because he doesn't care.
Yeah. Zod had some actually interesting points this time around, I think. Oh god, it's just I need to see something from the DC universe. Before I can like start judging all this stuff. Like, Creature Commandos is great, but it's so different from what I think the actual DC universe is going to be that it's hard to judge. Yeah. I need to see Superman. Once Superman comes around, I can start to be like, all right, I get what's going on here. I just need Superman before any of this starts to like really be impactful to
me. I tell you, we are getting a lot of superhero content this year, and I'm for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's all going to be decent. Like, I think there's not like a whole lot of extra fluff.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I say is we're probably going to get some extra fluff that we don't want. I'm seeing how many episodes we have till that episode.
I mean, the crazy thing is we have about a month until Captain America.
Yeah. So we have 26 episodes till we get to Superman.
Wow.
That's not a lot.
So half a year.
Yeah, but like we've done 52. It doesn't feel like that long. Yeah. And also, I think the springtime goes by faster than the fall. I think fall, because you have something every weekend, at least for me, like football, where it's like, all right, I'm looking forward to that next thing. Like spring, just kind of all just goes. And then it's like, oh, now we're in the fall. And then the fall stuff slows down.
I guess we're going to find out.
We're going to find out. All right, on to trailers. Two trailers, two very different trailers. Number one is Love Me. Which this one was a little weird. Starring Kristen Stewart and Steven Yeun. It's a post-apocalyptic romance in which a buoy and a satellite meet online and fall in love after the end of human civilization. It's a no from me. I'm gonna just pass on this.
I'm getting tired of all the rom-com or like romance movies.
Yeah,
they're just pumping them out.
Whoa! No. I like more rom-coms.
Okay, sorry.
It's a little weird, a little freaky, but I'm here for it.
I want more traditional rom-coms.
It's new, right? I mean, this is a original idea. Yes,
it's very interesting casting too.
This is what. Okay, I'm not gonna say everyone's been asking for this, but it's like, okay, like. People are like, I'm so tired of the sequels and the prequels and all this crap. Well, here's an original movie. And honestly,
no, you're right.
Original movie, right. I got nothing against it. You know, if someone wants to say, if they want to take their chop at a Wall-E-like buoy and a satellite, you know, I'm for it. So, and then Kristen Stewart was great and loved Lies Bleeding. So I'm like, honestly, I'm all for seeing more of her. And then her co-star. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but I've heard great things about him. So I'm honestly,
I think I'm
interested.
He is invincible.
Yeah, he's invincible.
I haven't seen Invincible.
Oh, have you not seen Nope either?
I've seen Nope. He's like the cowboy. I've not seen The Walking Dead.
Oh, all right.
Dang.
Maybe you have.
Have you seen Space Jam: A New Legacy? He was a studio executive there.
What? No, I haven't.
Oh, that guy. Mickey 17 he's going to be in. So.
Oh, yeah. I did see him in that. Yeah.
That's pretty soon.
He's like his buddy, right? He was his buddy with him in the cave.
I think so.
I've seen that trailer way too many times.
Like
I'm so ready to see that movie.
Yeah. That needs to come sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other trailer was Fight or Flight, which I think looks good. I can't. This was hard to tell if I liked this or not. It stars Josh Hartnett of Oppenheimer fame, I guess now at this point.
Trap,
our Trap King. Of The Bear, one episode of The Bear where he was actually really good in.
Yeah.
This is like that's that weird cinematic universe of like, you guys like John Wick, right? How about something that's similar? Also joining that other movie this year, Love Hurts, which does look pretty decent.
Julia Rob Hurts.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it looked fine. Also, it has Sabine Wren in it. No, not Sabine Wren. Bo-Katan. Katie Sackhoff herself.
This feels that. I don't know. You go.
I just wasn't that into it. I didn't think the
That's
action
okay.
was that good.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like Liam Neeson should be in here somewhere.
Yeah, this does. No, this feels like a Russell Crowe is like the FBI director in this, and he's like
the pilot.
yeah. Russell Crowe, the pilot, who's
Dev
also
Patel's Monkey Man should make an appearance too.
Yeah,
yeah.
We need to get like the cinematic universe of like B-list action movie stars to get together and like just reprise their characters in each other's movie. Like do the Expendables again, but just those guys. That'd be pretty great.
Monkey Man is a lead. No, I won't. I love tolerate any hate towards Monkey Man.
Bob Odenkirk from Nobody shows up here, and he's like, "I was talking about the Nobody Initiative." I'm pretty great. I don't know. I like Josh Hartnett though, so I think I will try to see this when it comes out. If it looks also like weirdly not coming out. I don't know. It was like a weird, like in theaters eventually kind of vibe. I don't know. All right. Creature Commandos. Let's talk about it, Jack, since some of us are cool and watch the show. This show continues to be very, very good. Like, quite good, in fact. Next week's the final week. Big setup for what is the finale. But I still stand by that the best character in the show is the bride. She's so good.
Yeah. She is calm, collected. I think this episode just adds more to her amazing lore. She just stands up for these women in this house. Yeah. I'll use the term house, but she rocks. She's great.
Yes.
I think GI Robot is probably my favorite. I wish we could have gotten more of his character, but this episode is great, and we get quite possibly the coolest little just 1 second.
So we got a little look at Batman. Let's just spoil it for those people like Charles. We got to look at Batman. I don't think that. So Batman obviously here was yoked beyond belief in this look. I mean, just boulder shoulders of life. I actually, okay, here's what I would like. I still think Robert Pattinson is going to end up being the Batman in this universe. But what I would like, hear me out on this.
Okay.
If we get little teases of Batman, and every time we see him, he looks different every time. But hang on. Because I like the idea that Batman appears differently to different people who fear him.
Dude's gigantic.
Oh, he's humongous. Because I think this scene obviously is from the perspective of Dr. Phosphorus, right? And so I like the idea that Dr. Phosphorus saw him as like this gigantic lumbering man who finally was able to take him out. Like, I think it'd be interesting if we saw like another character's point of view of Batman, and he was maybe a little more like just like terrifying looking. Like, I just kind of like the idea that Batman, because like the whole fear aspect of Batman I like, and I feel like it has been played with a lot, and I want more of it. Because I like that in the Batman where he was like, I'm around every corner. And that was like the fear of it all. I liked that.
You know, to be completely honest with you, I don't think that's a bad. I think that would be interesting. I think it would keep it entertaining, keep it spicy, especially with James Gunn saying he doesn't want to commit to anything right now. But the more I think on it, I'm like, you know what? We get 2 Batman movies. That's a W for everyone. Like, I'm not going to be upset about that. Like, I am. And even the more I think about it, it's like Robert Pattinson, his Batman is, and I know obviously you and I disagree on this, and I don't think I'm going to change your opinion, and I don't think you know what I'm saying. It's just that's where we stand on this issue. But like, Pattinson's car is just like, it's cool and it's a very grounded like Batmobile, you know?
Yes.
And after seeing this small little silhouette, I was like, I just want to watch, like, have that Tim Burton feel. But I'd already watched the Tim Burton movies earlier this year,
This
so
is
that's why I watched
this is a Batman with wings on his car. This is a Batman
So
who
I'm
has
like,
wings on his car.
this guy has like, it is just, when I saw it, I immediately thought Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Batman mixed with Ben Affleck. Like the size of Ben Affleck, but with the comic
Thoughts
suit.
on Alan Richardson as Batman?
Yeah.
He is ginormous.
Massive.
He's at like the age where I think his Batman would have a Robin.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like the idea of, I've always liked the idea that Batman was a bigger man than Superman. Like, I've always liked that he was more physically imposing than Superman. I think he's so jacked. Also, in the Ministry of Untimely Warfare, he is like the most jacked human being alive. Like, he makes Henry Cavill look small.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Like, that is the look I like for Batman and Superman, where like Batman is even bigger, and you're like, here's the Man of Steel, and then also like, I just train harder with the I just go to like the monks and they train me to look like this. Like, I love that idea.
And when watching like Batman Forever, I think I realized how bad we need a great adaptation of Robin.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, I really enjoy that, but Batman and Robin, I do have a lot of problems with. But I don't have a problem with Robin. Like, I like Robin in those movies. I think he's entertaining. I think especially like the limited amount of like live action adaptations we've gotten of the character, I think it's fun. I'm very excited to get fingers crossed, a good adaptation of Robin, because that's just something I feel like we haven't gotten before. Yes. Obviously, there's a lot of cartoons, a lot of comics. So I think to bring it to the big screen would be super dope. So I'm all in for it. Because I think if Robert Pattinson's Batman comes in, it's like bringing in a Robin. I think that would be very interesting. Personally.
I agree. I think if you did it, though, you have to make a Robin that's very opposite of the Batman in personality. Like, if you did the Robert Pattinson as a Robin, you want a Robin who's very personable and like who is the charming version of, like, then for if you did have like, I don't know, like if you looked at like the Michael Keaton Batman, like I think that you two have more of like the average Joe, because he's so removed from like society, rich guy Batman.
Yeah.
I would love a trilogy where it's basically they do like the whole Robin arc where he's with Batman, he gets killed by the Joker, he comes back as the Red Hood, or actually, yeah, like that'd be sick. Oh, look at Jack sneezing up a storm down there.
Ooh.
This guy. All right, ready to talk Wallace and Gromit? Vengeance most foul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let me pull up a synopsis here. Top dog Gromit springs into action to save his master when Wallace's high-tech invention goes rogue and he's framed for a series of suspicious crimes. What that doesn't say is this is a sequel to the best Wallace and Gromit short, The Man with the Trousers or whatever. I think, yeah, the Trousers one.
Is that the best one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
What is your best one for them?
The Moon?
Oh, see, no, the Moon is lower on my list. No, I like the Moon. I think the Trousers is the best one. The Runaway Trousers.
Debate number 2 incoming.
Debate numbers, yeah. What is better? What is the Moon one? Oh, A Grand Day Out. A Grand Day Out is with the Moon one. I do like the Moon one though.
Yeah, it's awesome. And there was a little shout out about the Moon one and this one when he had to go through the security clearance, pick all the photos with cheese,
and he circled the moon almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he did circle.
I like the curse. I like the Curse of the Were Rabbit also. By the way,
I don't know if I've seen that one.
That one's decent. I think that's like the full length movie where it's like, yeah, it's 90 minutes. Where I think this is also 90 minutes. This is 80 minutes. 80 minutes. All All right. Do you want to? Can we just do spoilers? Like, do you want to do
Full
non-spoilers?
spoilers. Full spoilers.
It's Wallace
Or-
and Gromit.
Can I give my little like
Cheese,
intro?
Gromit, cheese. Yeah.
I feel like as someone who's never seen any of these movies, I feel like I have a very like fresh opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing the anime, like the stop motion animation, is super cool, and like I don't know, I just felt like I wouldn't like this movie heading into it, you know. So my expectations were honestly like on the floor. I was like, everybody loves this, like I don't get the hype, you know, especially from watching the trailers and stuff. I watched this movie. I can't remember the last time I've been entertained like that. Like I just felt like sucked in. Like for the entire runtime, I was just locked in. I don't know, like I didn't know the Easter eggs. I didn't get the background. Like obviously they kind of like put you up to, or they give you a summary of what happened in the past. But like I was so locked in to this movie. Like sure, like it's not like perfect.
Yeah.
I had so much fun and I was so entertained with this movie. So anyone out there that might be on the fence about this movie, just watch it. Just watch it. You're gonna have an absolute blast.
And also you didn't get, I guess, a lot of maybe the callbacks.
Mm-mm.
Like when Feathers McGraw puts the glove on his hand, like you were like, what's the guy doing?
Yeah, and it's like he's a chicken. I did get kind of like catch on to that by the end. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a nun. Like I thought it was funny how
they just no one can tell who he is.
Yeah, he puts on like one little thing and they're like, oh my gosh,
like Gary the platypus.
Yeah, it was funny.
I'm with you. I think this movie rocked. I do think like it's just it almost feels like a hug. Like it's just comforting to watch these claymation characters move in the way they do. I love the way the liquid moves. It's like thick. Always the liquid is so thick. I do think though that it's kind of incredible to watch this. And then if you like, because I went down like a TikTok rabbit hole of like not Vengeance but Fowl, the Wrong Trousers clips, and like the difference is really just like in the background. Like the way they move is the exact same. Like not, and I think that's so important to how this is kind of done. But I really do just think it's just beautiful, like to look at. Like it's just so comforting to look at. Also, the boat sequence isn't as good as the train sequence from The Wrong Trousers as like an action set piece.
Okay.
But it's still very good. It did feel like yeah, and that's not even as good as if you want to see a better one, the one in The Wrong Trousers is better.
Okay.
But I do think this is a very good movie and also counts in 2024 movies, by the way.
Yeah, I checked when it came out, and yeah, I put in 2024. Okay. Whew. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I echo everything you guys said. I just thought it was a fun time. I watched it with Tommy, and we were laughing pretty like out loud. Like the part where Gromit rips off the nun outfit, and then Feathers is like covering himself.
There's some great. I love when he's going away at the end on the train, thinking he escaped, and it's like now leaving Cogswall, and then it's like now entering whatever, and it's like don't come back. I just like love those little things they do. There's another one that I really liked.
When Grandma was reading the book, the author was Lindsay Wolf.
Yeah. I should have wrote some more down there.
Well,
like
I thought it was funny. They pulled like a Despicable Me, like as he's falling, and then like all the little like gnomes like link together to like grab his leg. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
I did also like that when Feathers made the grabbing hand and then came back and like the guy was sneezing and like just put the thing back in his shirt.
And they
yeah, just little things like that is just so great.
I love the little gnomes.
Yeah, me too. I was worried I was not gonna like them.
I thought they'd get annoying, but I thought they were so funny.
I'm with you.
I like the Pata thing with the settings. It's like, good boy, very good boy. Like that. And I thought I was laughing at that too.
I liked the sleepy chalk. I thought that was so funny. Would you like some snoozy chalk? And he just dude, Wallace, all time just guy. He's just a dude. Like he's just kind of hanging out. Yeah, I really, I want more of these. Like, and I know they don't make them very often because like it takes a while, and also like they want to have the story right and everything. But like, I wish this was like a once a year like Christmas thing where like a new Wallace and Gromit short would come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I good thing for me is I got so many I haven't seen, and I get to catch up on them. And
I think there's only 5.
Crank them. I'm excited to crank them. But like, there's like what 4 that are like 30 minutes, or there's 3 that are like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's,
and then there's the
2
movie.
that are like, yeah. I thought that like the messaging was very clear. Like they like, this was obviously just like a massive shot at AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie,
I
Mission
loved it.
Impossible, feel the same way about AI.
Yeah. And I think that's funny because there's like literally a line of dialogue, and it's like, I think I wrote it down. It was, it's like they know what we want before we do. What could go wrong, you know? And I was like, that's just. I thought that was so funny. I'm like, this is hilarious.
I love the way he charges at night. Like,
and then it stops for a second. And it keeps going.
1%.
Yeah,
that was great. Just one thing that I love with these is the fingerprints you can see. I think that adds so much to them. Like when it does the moments where they stop moving for a second, you can just see the little fingerprints on them as like they're being posed. It's just so good. Man, I love that.
I think it's like it takes such an effort to make these, and like you said, I think a couple of weeks ago they're running out of clay or something like that, which is just absolutely tragic. Which I don't know how that's happening.
Find more clay.
How do you lose clay?
Like I guess the clay they use is like very limited.
But there's got to be like another clay they can use, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
There has to be.
This got me thinking about like the film industry as like a whole, and like AI, you know, like yeah, like even they go through the sequences and it's like they have all these machines to do things for them that they normally do, but it's like even in our life it's like, all right, like Apple TV and streaming services make it easier for me to watch a movie at home, but I'd still very much rather go to the theater.
Yes.
You know, and I'm just like, I feel like that's just like, I don't know if that's where a lot of people thought of, but I'm just like, that's something that I thought of, and I'm just like,
this had the same moral of the story as Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it's just like robots. No, I agree.
Also, they're the company that's doing the Pokemon movie coming out, so get hyped for that, I guess.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Charlie loves Pokemon.
Yeah, gotta catch them all.
Charlie got some. He got some serious oral points for naming all the Pokemon.
Yeah, that actually was a big TikTok for us.
Yeah.
Did it do well?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did pretty well.
I just love cheese, Gromit, cheese. It's so good.
Cheese.
Like it's just hard to have like a sophisticated conversation about this because it's just like it's good. We all know it's good. Let's go. Gromit deserves more respect.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? We good on that?
What'd you guys give it out of 100?
Oh, good call. I gotta make the graphic anyway. So
74.
Okay.
I gave it I think 79.
Yeah, I'm at an 80.
Okay, so to recap, Charles gave it a 74. Jack gave it an 80, and I gave it a 79. Look at us all around the same little area. All right. Is it draft time?
Draft time.
Yes.
Draft time. All right, so here's how this is going to work. For those who don't remember how we talked about it 4 weeks ago, drafting the 2025, what we think is going to be the box office prediction. So we're going to do 10 through 1 only on the graphic. Only that counts for the game is our 5 through 1. So the way this works is if it's in the top 5, you will get a point. If it's in the correct spot in the top 5, you get a bonus point of 1.5. So now your entry is worth 1.5 points. If something you have in the top 5 is not in the top 5, it is a 0. If it's not in the top 10, it's a -1. We're gonna, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna forget these rules by the time we look back on it next January, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna have to come back and listen to this podcast. All right. Actually, this is great because it'll be the year 2 anniversary, which would be kind of fun. All right. Let's do this. Number 10. Also, hang on. Let's do, because we're not going to steal from each other because you can steal. So who do we want to do first? I'll do my screen order clockwise. So Charles, Jack, and myself. We'll go in that order. And we're not going to snake it. We'll just do regular.
Okay.
All right. So Charles, what is your number 10?
I have my 10. I'm ordering them right now. So maybe come back to me.
So, okay, we'll start with Jack.
I can
Charles, go third.
All right. At number 10.
Okay.
At number 10, I have the Karate Kid.
All right, hang on. I want to write all these down for everybody. So, Jack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, perfect. Okay. Karate Kid. All right. I actually think this is going to do well. I do think this is going to do well. It's not in my top 10, but I do think it's going to do well.
I was thinking either that or Lilo and Stitch, and especially with how bad Mufasa did this, or Mufasa's not doing terrible, but it's not doing as well as I think they would hope it would do. So I think I last minute called to swap in Karate Kid instead.
No, that's
I think
not
it will
a bad
also have some more international appeal too, because I think that's a pretty popular.
What did you remember what the last one did? Did you have that?
I think I did a while ago.
All right. So you at number 10 have Karate Kid, which I don't think appear on either of our lists going forward. Mm-hmm. All right. So myself at number 10, I'm going to go with Mission Impossible 8. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, or actually The Final Reckoning. I think this is going to do quite well. I think this is going to be in the 600 to 700 range. I just think there's going to be a couple more movies that are above that this year. So that's what I'm going to go with. My number 10 is Mission Impossible.
Cool.
Sure that will come up again.
My number 10 is How to Train Your Dragon. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna do well. Okay, here's the thing with How to Train Your Dragon. I think it'll either do well or it'll bomb. I don't think it's going to do really well. Like, I don't think it's going to be top 5. I don't know, because I could see people not going because they're mad that it's the same story. I could also see people going because it's How to Train Your Dragon and there's like a huge following for it.
Yeah, dude. Once that music kicks in, all the anger I feel that they're remaking this goes away.
So that's
that
why
music is so good.
Yeah.
All right. Going back in the order, Jack, at your number 9 spot.
At number 9, I have Wicked Part 2.
Whoa!
That is low.
Wow.
I know it is low. But just thinking about what I have ahead of it, I think I feel pretty confident that Wicked Part 2 will be in the top 10.
Interesting.
100%. I think it'll be in the top 10. It not being in the top 5, it's not that I disagree, or it's not that I don't think it'll do good. I just think Wicked 1 has done really good.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot more like blockbusters, and I think there's a lot, like, dare I say, like some bigger movies that can automatically pull their way to the top 5 for this next year. But like I said, I think Wicked Part 2 will do well. I just think internationally it doesn't necessarily have that international appeal like some of the other movies that I have ahead of it.
Yeah, I am a little worried about Wicked just from looking at the schedule, because of what comes out the week after. But that could be
I think it
teased for
did.
something talked about later on.
I will say it had a pretty heavy. It was
It had some
competing with a lot
competition.
when it came out
Yes.
this year. So I think it's competition is nothing new for this movie, but yeah, that's what I got at number 9.
All right, at number 9 for me, The Accountant 2. No, I'm just kidding. It's Fantastic Four is my number 9. I think Fantastic Four is going to do well. I think it's going to end with a 6 or a 7 in front of it. I just don't think it's going to do a billion, which I think my top 3 movies are going to do. Now, my top 4 movies might crack a billion. So we'll see about that. But yeah, that is my number 9 is Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Charles, number 9.
So I've been cooking over here.
Let him cook.
I've been changing the order quite a bit. I will take. I'm also going to take Fantastic Four at 9 for basically the same reasons. Looking
right,
at the past 4 years box office, I think the top 4 to 5 movies are going to do pretty well. Like
I'm sending. Okay, so Fantastic Four. Sorry, I said something in the chat that makes IU look like the Holdovers, and I thought that you would enjoy that. So if you want to click on that.
Oh,
this is bad radio, but.
Oh yeah, how about that? Yeah, Fantastic Four, number 9. Lock it in.
All right, lock it in. Number 8. Jack.
Number
Jack.
8. I think the MCU definitely, whether the movies have been lacking or not, I think they do well at the box office for the most part.
Yes.
That's why I have Captain America: Brave New World at number 8.
Ooh, Cap 4.
Okay.
I hope so. I hope Cap 4 does well. I'm actually very worried about it. It's like a dear friend of mine. I'm just like worried. I'm worried about its health. But I do like that take.
I think the MCU pipeline is still like people still like whether they think the movies are bad or not. I think the trailer and it's Harrison Ford, the Hulk. Like I'm like, why? I feel like that's just awesome, and probably that's a really bad. Why people should go see it, but I think it'll do pretty well. Fingers crossed.
Also think that I think the Harrison Ford factor is going to help it out. I do. I think people are interested in seeing that, and also like nothing's coming out around it, which is helpful.
Paddington 2 or Paddington 3.
Oh, true.
Oh,
okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm looking at. There's really nothing that's like. Love Hurts is like the other big one, I guess.
Rob Hurts.
Rob Hurts. Yeah, no, nothing like big there. So,
all right, Hunter.
That could be
what
good.
Do you have for number 8?
Number 8, I have Lilo and Stitch.
Wow.
At number 8, I think it's going to do quite well. And looking at 2024 releases, Moana 2, Inside Out 2 are in your top 5. And then as for remakes, Mufasa: The Lion King is at 15 right now, and that is a hot pile of garbage. So I think Lilo and Stitch is going to be decent, and I think it's going to crack the top 5. No, sorry, it's going to crack top 10, not top 5, because I think it's 8.
No, Lilo and Stitch is peak. I'm going to put people on notice.
So that is my number 8. Charles.
I'm realizing now I don't have that in my top 10, and I'm regretful.
Oh.
Number 8, I have Mission Impossible.
MI8.
Looking at how Dead Reckoning did a few years ago, it was at like number 10 for the year. I think this will do a little better than Dead Reckoning Part 1, just because it's the finale. But
also they put it the week before Oppenheimer and WandaVision and not Barbie. They put it really Barbenheimer weekend preview.
Yeah. So I think it'll do better. But again, looking at the ones above it, I just think that there will be a bigger turnout for the ones above it.
I hope so. All right. 7. Nico
I
down,
could
touchdown.
very much lose a lot of points for this, or not a lot of points, but
There's no points could be lost here in the 7 seed.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, at number 7, I have Tron Ares.
Oh, Tron over Wicked.
It's diabolical, Jack.
I think it has more international appeal. I'm not going to say it's going to be a better movie. I think it has more international appeal.
Yeah.
It has a better opportunity to bring in money from other countries as we're Wicked. I think we saw that maybe 20% of the money they brought in was international, or 15. Like, it wasn't as much as you would like to see. So I have Tron Ares. I think I don't know. I'm really excited for this movie. Maybe I'm hyping this up too much, and it's just going to be a piling piece of garbage. But I am so excited for this movie.
I hope not. I really hope not. All right. At my number 7, I have Superman. I think Superman is going to finish at 7. I think that it is going to do quite well. But I was looking at the Batman and I think the Batman, if I recall correctly, let me pull it up again before I sound like a fool. The Batman finished in 7th overall that year. And I think that is a great play for Superman to finish. So that's my thought on that.
That's a great thought, Hunter.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
What thought do you have going in your head right now
for number 7?
Honestly, your guys' picks are kind of influencing mine.
No,
which I know is not.
That's what happens if you don't write it down beforehand. You get influenced.
Which I know is not the point of this. But I think that shit. My 7, I'll take Wicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I have a real chance here if Wicked comes in the top 5 and I took it to get some points on the board.
Because I think that we're going to have a lot of similar picks in the top 5, unfortunately.
So far, I don't think so. I think we're going to be a little different. All right, number 6, the last one that really doesn't matter until we get to the next one.
Number 6, I'm also taking Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay. So none of us think Mission Impossible will be in the top 5.
I think it's going to do great. I think there's just a couple in here. I think that, honestly, in my eyes, I think there's 3 that are automatic locks for the top 5, in my opinion, which we'll get to later. But I think there's 2 that it's kind of do you think a fandom might overtake Mission Impossible? I think Mission Impossible has great fans, but I think there's potentially some other movies that might be able to edge it out a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Hunter?
At my number 6, I have Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic. I think that this is going to be huge. I think this movie is going to be ginormous. And I look back, and I think it was 2017. Let me pull this up real quick. No, it's not 2017. Let me find this real quick. 2018. Apologies for the delay, folks. This is embarrassing behavior on the podcast. Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie, made $903 million. It was 6th at the box office that year, with foreign being 76% of its box office. I think Michael Jackson can do the same thing. I think Michael Jackson is going to be big here, but not huge here. But overseas, Michael Jackson is going to make all of the money. I think Michael Jackson's going to be number 6 here.
It's a good call.
Let me write that down.
Write it down.
My 6 is Superman. I'm with you, Hunter, on the Batman, but I also think that having James Gunn behind it is going to bring more people out, which is why I have it slightly higher than you.
I like it.
Thanks.
All right, now to the ones that matter. The ones that mean
Jack's got a little smirk going.
He's got a smirk like he knows what's up.
And number 5, I have Superman.
Superman. The
And
only one with Superman in the top 5.
I think what's going to be incredibly important here is the rating that comes out for this movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's PG, I
disagree with this.
I think it would be like 100% going to make a lot more money. I think PG-13 limits who can watch this movie. I mean, it just depends.
Take.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Superman.
I understand what you're saying. This is a very fascinating take that I didn't think you would have about this.
Well, because I just feel like if they put a PG on it, there's more people that can watch it. Because all I can think of is, look, maybe the violence and the language is all that they have for taking it from PG to PG-13. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you meant like rating like the Rotten Tomatoes score.
No. I'm thinking like the actual. Have they placed one on it yet?
No, but I'm looking at the top 10 for this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the top 10 are PG-13.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top 10 are PG-13. 1 rated R, and the rest are PG. So maybe this is not a bad take by you.
Because I feel like it's Superman. All right.
It is Superman.
PG-13. That limits younger kids from going to see it. You know.
That's
For
true.
example, Iron Man. When Iron Man first came out, it would be Iron Man's PG-13. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how this movie wouldn't be PG-13, especially with like the violence. And I'm sure they're going to throw in a couple, curse words. But in my eyes, if this movie were to be PG,
some heinous stuff.
if somehow this movie is PG, I think it's going to rack in a lot more money because you're able to bring in a lot younger audience, not just 15, 16-year-olds, but you could bring in 8-year-olds to go see this movie too. So that's my take on it. I know it's probably going to be PG-13, but even if it is PG-13, I still think there's a great chance that this does really, really well at the office.
All right. My next pick is the one that I am most worried about the entire time. And this is my shoot for the stars one. I'm actually very so the rule, like if you don't have something in the top 10, like it's a minus point. I think this is my one that it might happen to. And that is The Bad Guys 2. The animated Bad Guys movie.
Woof.
I know. Oh no, but hear me out.
Bro loves George Clooney.
Of the top 10 this year, 4 of the top 10 are animated kids movies. And I just kind of think that it's gonna do that again. But I don't know. I'm really worried about this one, to be honest with you guys. This is my one I thought was my bad move. But I had to shoot for one.
Fair.
I'm going with The Bad Guys too. All right, Charles. What do you got?
Me?
Yeah.
My number 5 is Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That is a big one.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
There hasn't been a Jurassic Park movie in the last 3 to not make $1 billion. Think about that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Number 4. Such a good number. It's almost fantastic.
This guy. You want to say that again?
It's kind of fantastic. At number 4, I'm taking the Fantastic Four. I don't know. I think people's fascination with this group, especially people our age, like where we got the Jessica Alba Fantastic Four, the Chris Evans Fantastic Four. I'm really holding out a lot of hope here that this movie can do really, really well. But I think that it will be a home run. Yeah, that's it.
All right. I like it. All right. At my number 4, I also, like someone else on this list, have Jurassic World Rebirth. I think Jurassic World Rebirth is going to be a number 4 here. I do. I think it's going to make a lot of money. I think people are going to see it. I do think, though, here's my take on this. I think that this is going to do well, but not crack $1 billion. But also, the sequel to this is going to probably do worse than this one, is my take. But we'll have to wait a few years to see if that take is true. Call my shot now.
All right, respect.
All right, Charles, number 4.
My number 4, I'm starting to think that this isn't on your guys' list, which is surprising to me. I'm taking Zootopia 2.
All right, Zootopia 2.
Great pick. Great pick.
I'm a little surprised I haven't heard it yet, unless it's in you guys' top 3, but there are 3 in my top 3. I'd be shocked if you guys don't have them. So I'm starting to think that I'm the only one with Zootopia 2.
You're a big fan of Jenny Hops?
After seeing Moana 2 this year, and just like all this, and Inside Out 2,
making all of the money.
I just think these movies are just kind of.
It's a great pick.
Big one. Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that is why at number 3 I have Zootopia 2.
All right. Then what's not in your top 3?
And that is why at number 3 I have Wicked Part 2, the sequel to Wicked.
Dang! Holy cow!
I think Wicked is going to be huge. I think everything that was this year, I think they're going to get a even bigger marketing campaign. It's going up against less stuff. I think it's just going to be ginormous. I'm pretty.
I love that for you, Hunter. I love your confidence in the Wicked fans.
Okay.
Yeah,
makes me happy.
My number 3 is Snow White.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a hot take.
You think?
Is
it?
I think so.
I do.
Is Snow White appearing in your list at all, Jack?
No.
Okay, cool. Neither is mine. Spoiler alert.
Shoot.
I think Snow White is going to flop.
Look, I think it has the potential to, though. I was just saying that's not something I think I would have put on my list, but I think it's definitely like it has the potential to.
Okay. I think Snow White is going to be next year's Lion King.
All right, yeah, that's cool. It's whatever.
That's it.
No, but hey,
pick for
Chuck, this is the one you want. You want the one that's weird and wacky and out there.
All right,
that's how you get the points.
It's cool. It's whatever. I don't care.
All right, down to our top 2. Jack,
number 2. I have Jurassic Park. I think that like from the box office, people are still very interested in these movies. People still like look, if this movie's like good, holy cow, this is gonna rack in all the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the fact that the Jurassic World, the past franchise with Chris Pratt, you got 3 movies that all hit $1 billion, like one after the other. I just think people.
Chris Pratt.
This has Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. I would argue that she's
and Jonathan Bailey.
Oh, you're right.
I understand.
Stars
Pratt,
Ghost
but
in
it's
the
like,
Shell.
I mean, people know Scarlett Johansson.
I know. I'm trying to be a hater so that I know it's sad that I didn't put it higher on my list.
I think I think if this is good, like the shots that we've gotten so far look intriguing, and obviously it's only just a couple shots. We haven't gotten a trailer or anything, but I really think that this movie is going to do well. Like I said, I feel like the international gross for this movie is going to do really, really good too. So that's why I put it at number 2.
I think we have the same top 2.
No, we don't. Because at number 2, I have Zootopia 2. I think Zootopia 2 is going to easily crack $1 billion. I think Zootopia 2 might be about a 1.5er, if I'm being honest. And I look back at the first Zootopia, and I'm like, what'd the first Zootopia do? The first Zootopia also cracked $1 billion. So this one is going to, for sure, do it again.
So I'm the only one that has this in my top 5, let alone my list.
How do you know what we might have won?
I know both of your ones.
Do you?
No, we don't. You don't know my one. I promise.
You don't know that number 1 is Thunderbolts. How dare you? Oh yeah, no, I don't have this on my list.
Okay. I'm interested.
Steve. Minecraft. So you believe in the craft?
I just think people are gonna go and see this. I think it's gonna
Like
be a
a-
Super
like
Mario
a-
Brothers movie.
You think there's going to be like a what is it? They say like a car crash where like you have to see it.
I just think people will see this.
You got to look over and watch.
I mean, I'm gonna see it. All three of us are gonna see it.
Oh, we're all going to see it. I just think this is we're all going to see it, and it's going to make $350 million. We're all going to see it.
All right, fair enough.
I am Steve.
Steve.
Get out.
Woo! It is.
All right.
Oh, if you Google Minecraft, there's like it's a block. Oh, if you Google Minecraft, you can crack the home screen. That's fun. That's
So
fun.
number one.
At
Number
number
one.
one, I actually also have the Minecraft movie. I think this is no, I'm joking. I have Avatar.
No, I was in. I believed.
I got you guys.
Come
I
on,
got you guys.
Jack.
Everyone has
believe.
Avatar. Avatar is going to make all the money.
Yeah.
And the fact that you could make movies like 10 years of like the first Avatar, the massive gap between the first and the second, and it still made like so much money. It's ridiculous. James Cameron is the king of the box office. After this movie, he will be the king of the box office, and it will be without a doubt. Everyone will know who the king is, and it'll be end of story.
The king
Is this your
me.
king?
I mean, I think right now Spielberg's the only person that hasn't beat, right? And it's maybe by like $1 billion or so.
I don't even know if it's by that much.
Let me see.
Man, I really thought we had something, Jack.
I really did. I was actually blown away.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so right now James Cameron is
Spielberg
behind
has it.
Spielberg by $2 billion, which I think this movie will easily get $2 billion.
Yeah, but you look at James Cameron, and it's like I think he's only got 6 movies he's made.
It's insane. The amount of money he brings in per movie is just ridiculous, dude.
And like,
Hunter, do you have it? Your number one?
yeah, it's my number one as well.
All right, cool. Me too.
I think we
Glad
all
agree.
agree.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Avatar is gonna just see. My only thought is, like, I think the allure of, hey, it's been a decade and a half, let's go watch Avatar 2. My only thought is maybe it's gone away, but I just think that Avatar 2 is so good that people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
well, we got to go see what the Fire Kingdom's all about.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
pumped.
I'm
Or
starting
should I do a
to.
little? Do you not like your list?
I'm a little fearful now. I thought that you guys would have.
Okay, let me read back everyone's list. We'll start with Jack's. Jack, number 10, Karate Kid. 9 is Wicked. 8 is Cap 4. 7 is Tron. 6 is Mission Impossible. 5 is Superman. 4 is Fantastic Four. Let's do that again. 3 is Zootopia 2. 2 is Jurassic, and 1 is Avatar. My list is, I'm just gonna not do the numbers anymore. You get what's happening. Mission Impossible, Fantastic Four, Lilo and Stitch, Superman, Michael Jackson, The Bad Guys 2, Jurassic Park, Wicked, Zootopia, and Avatar. And Charles is How to Train Your Dragon, Fantastic Four, Mission Impossible, Wicked, Superman, Jurassic, Zootopia, Snow White, Minecraft, and Avatar. So looking at this list, we all have stuff that each other did not pick. I'm actually pretty impressed. I was worried we were all going to pick the same stuff.
I think we did a good job.
Charlie, though, looking at this list, my take is that I think that Jack is the leader in the clubhouse right now. Looking at this list right now, of the 3 of our lists.
I feel like mine's just very safe.
Yeah, you did. You picked the favorites.
Which could be good, could be bad. So
Crazy that the one guy who's not Wicked is the one who thinks he's going to do the best. I believe.
I hope it does. It's just I think it was this first time around, and it didn't. So I don't know.
Some of us take the road less traveled, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
We're not afraid
Snow
to.
White.
Like the bumpy road with Gal Gadot's evil witch. She's beautiful. What? I took a picture of this. I want to show you guys. I was driving the other day, as in yesterday, behind a car, and the bumper sticker. I'll hold it up. I know you can read it through the mic or the camera. It says, honk if you'd rather be watching the 1999 cinematic masterpiece, The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. And let's just say 5 Miles was just me laying on the horn. I thought that was a very kismet moment for our 1-year anniversary of the pod. So, pretty
sweet.
Hype.
This was splendid. A fantastic 2-hour special.
Yeah, it was. I'm very excited that we did this, and it's been a great time doing it. We got a lot more to do. Year 2 is gonna be better than year 1. Every single episode will be better. It's a promise. And if it's not, you can write us some more fan mail in our PO box and stop sending us those screeners to Megalopolis. We're not gonna watch it again. But yeah, no, it's been a wonderful time, and I appreciate you boys for doing this. It's been fun. I'm debating calling it season 2. I think we're just gonna keep going. I don't think I'm gonna call it season 2 because on Spotify you have to put like season number. I'm gonna just keep it a season 1. So
I like that.
Anything else? Anything else we got next week? Is next week Den of Thieves? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And Better Man.
Next week, Den of Thieves and Better Man. And then dude, we're pretty packed actually throughout the rest of our next week. We don't have a movie. Is going to be possibly the 21st or the 28th. But then we're packed until a while. And then we hit April. April is a little where it gets, no, it's not. I think this thing just isn't updated that I have. All right. That's it. That's all we got. Peace out. It's been a year. It's been a wonderful year. Can't wait for next year. Have a great week at the movies, folks, and be kind to each other and give Gromit some cheese.